Okay, so good afternoon, all the students of second slot of second day of our presentation season number 3. Okay? In this second session of second day, you all are going to make presentations on the American literature. Okay? As you know, you have 7 minutes to speak, and it can be followed by questions. In case we face any kind of crisis of time and we are not able to take live questions, then we request you to ask questions in the chat box so that the student who is asked all these questions can write in detail, and with the ample source you can give the answers to all these questions also. In today's slot, we have these presenters who are going to speak: Amit, Asha, Bharti, Dhara, Dharti, Hansa, Hareshwari, Hina, and Hitixa. These are the presenters of this slot from 12 to 2 o'clock. I hope, let me give you just a reminder, I hope you might have done the peer evaluation. You might have also completed all other formalities which are required, like putting your title, topic, short topic in the shared document. Dhara has yet not put, Hareshwari also has not put. 2 students are remaining in giving their topic in the shared document. I hope you might have also uploaded your PPT in Google Classroom also. In Google Classroom, I hope you might have uploaded your PPT also there. Okay? So in case it is not done, then please do it immediately, as early as possible. Okay? So the evaluation becomes easier. In that case, for me, the evaluation becomes easier. We are doing evaluation of your presentations through rubric, with the help of rubric on in Google Classroom. In case you face any problem, in this rubric evaluation, or if you have any objections, you put a screenshot of that and share with me, so we can do a rectification wherever it is required. Okay? So let me request now the first presenter, Amit, to make the presenter. Amit, are you ready? Yes, Amit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Put on your camera and come live. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, and okay, yeah. Okay, yes. So you can start your presentation. Yeah.
Have you started recording for this session?
Just a minute. No, let me start the recording also here. Okay. Thanks for reminding for the recording. Okay.
Okay.
Sir, I taken some time.
Okay. So then we are starting with Asha. Okay, Asha. Asha, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Just a minute. Once the recording begins, you start your presentation.
I am presenting my screen.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Let the recording start first, and then you start your. Yeah. Okay. So the recording we have started here now. Amit is yet not ready with the presentation. So right now we are taking Asha's presentation. So Asha, you can start your presentation.
Yes,
And
sir.
this is second day, second slot. This is second day of our season 3, second slot, and you all are making presentations on American literature.
Very good afternoon to all of you. First, let me share my screen. Okay. So today I am here with second day and second presentation, which is on American literature. And my topic for today's presentation is visual representation of the old man and the sea. So let's begin. First of all, let's see what are some of the objectives of presentation. So this presentation tries to highlight how the old man and the sea visualized by different artists after it is written by Ernest Hemingway. And this presentation also try to see that how characters, events, and some of the scenes of Hemingway's novel are later been illustrated by a wide variety of artists in a wide variety of media over the years. So these are some of the objectives of my presentation. Before we go into deep in presentation, let's see some of the synopsis of the Old Man and the Sea. So the novel is all know that very famous for a very well-known quote: "Man can be destroyed, cannot be defeated," which is written by American author Ernest Hemingway and published in 1952. So this story is about Cuban fishermen who fight against a fish named Marley, and he got this prey of this fish after 84 days of struggle. So this story also highlights a struggle between man versus nature, and this also shows some kind of resistance against defeat, that if a man destroyed by physically, but mentally he cannot defeat if he decides. So as you know that my topic is visual representation of the old man and sea. So first let's see what is visualization. That beginning of 21st century marked as a rapid development in technology, and because of that it is become easier for a people to share their views and whatever they do, creative writing, creative art, it is become easier to share with people. So after the publication of the Old Man and the Sea, there are many artists who inspired by Ernest Hemingway and try to retell his story in a similar form or sometimes in a different form, and they used to put their creative writing on online database. So and there is one quote by Adam Singer that in a world increasingly saturated with data and information, and visualization are a potent way to break through the clutter, tell your story, and pursue people to action. So visualization allow people to explore their own individual artistic abilities, and they can put their creative writings on online, so everyone can access that. So let's see first that how the Old Man and the Sea is seen as a political cartoon, which is prepared by, this is a political cartoon, and this cartoon is prepared by Edmunds S. Waltman, which is published in 31st October 1972. And if we see this cartoon, then the cartoon published before the presidential election in 1972, which is in United States. And here you can see a man sitting on a small boat. This man represents George McGovern as a fisherman in a small boat. So the McGovern, George McGovern, who represent the old man in the Old Man and the Sea. And during this election, George McGovern is the opponent of Richard Nixon, who won this election. But George McGovern tried to make excuses over him that he is not a good president, and in that way he tried to abuse him. But at last Richard Nixon win this election. So this is how politically the Old Man and the Sea is seen by one artist, Edmund S. Waltman, during the presidential election in 1972. And it also McGovern also tried to put also put an abuse on Nixon, that he is creating the war issues, which is going on 1972 during that time, which is Vietnam War. Then the second representation is the Old Man as a Guido Silla comic book, which is published by Walt Disney Company, and the arts in this particular comic book is illustrated by Guido Scala, who is an Italian artist. So this book is appeared in 1987, and this book is a short form of The Old Man and the Sea. So The Old Man and the Sea is around 100 pages, and this artist, through his artistic abilities and through his cartoons, tried to compress this book into 22 pages. And there is one character, some characters are included in this book, which is named Aqua. So he is troubling in selling toys, and then he get idea that how to attract visitors to buy his toy. So he organized a kind of fishing competition, and during this fishing competition, one shark came here, and that shark mess all the things, and then this Aqua get an idea to call Macduck, who represent the old man in The Old Man and the Sea, and this character Macduck came here, and then he tried to he tried to fight with the shark and tried to catch him, and then after catching the fish became the one of the attractive for tourists who came here. And the one similar thing which we can notice in the novel as well as in this comic book is that one significant feature which is same here is a tourist, that how tourists used to look at the fish and the skeleton of the fish. In both the story we see the skeleton, that after a fight only skeleton remain there. And third is The Old Man as a Bob the Angry Flower web comic. So web comic is a series of a comic strip which published in the form of online database. So Bob classical sequel regarding this Old Man and the Sea is also known as The Old Man and the Sea. And paintings in this web comic is illustrated by Stephen Notley. And one major thing which we can make compare and contrast between this two texts. So here first let's see the web comic. So this web comic is divided in 8 parts, that different 8 parts, and in this 8 part the whole Old Man and the Sea story is covered in this 8 part. So but one comparison and contrast which we can do in this both web comic and the novel is that the novel support the socialist idea of society, while this comic book tried to say the capitalist idea of society. Now the Old Man and the Sea is a graphic novel. So graphic novel, which we can see that there is a rising trend during this time. So this graphic novel is illustrated by Corbin Wilkins, and this graphic novel is in 18 panels and 385 words. So he say Corbin Wilkins compares Hemingway's story to a fable and notes that a virtue of his graphic and textual compression of the story is allow the strength of the plot to shine through in its most distilled form. So this graphic form allows story to represent his views in a very compressed way. So this graphic form is also became very interesting, in which we can say a lot many things in a very small format. So these are some of the references from which I have taken the information. And thank you. If anyone have any question, they can ask.
Yes, Bharti or Dhara, if you have questions, you can ask here.
Yes. As you refer the first, second example of the Old Man of the Sea's adaptation, the Italiana Guido Scalo's comic book. In this comic book, can we see the conflict between man or nature?
Okay. Second, Guido Silla's comic book, which is illustrated by Guido Silla, and uh, yes, this is the book published by Walt Disney, and this story is whole covers the basic story of the Old Man and the Sea. So, in which we can completely say that conflict between the man and the nature. So Ekwagi is a character who trouble in selling toys, but when he get idea to attract the tourist by organizing a fishing competition. So here we can see the relationship between man and nature, and when we used to see the conflict between man and nature, so we can see in the character of Macduck. So Macduck who represent the old man, and Macduck tried to capture or try to defeat the shark, which mess all the things in this fishing competition. So here, similar way, as we see in the Old Man and the Sea, in a similar way, there is a conflict between Macduck and the shark. So there we can see the conflict between man and nature.
Okay, it was good. You also used these references. The sources were used by you that in this article, that is a good point that you have did. So you get full point because of that. In the last criteria in the rubric, we have that how you are using the sources. That is very important, and that is what is done by you. So it is well prepared, and very well used resources are found in your presentation. Okay, next one. The next presenter is Bharti.
Yes, sir. So may I ask a question to Asha?
Now you can ask in the chat. Now you make your presentation and put your question in the chat. She will reply in the chat.
Okay, sir.
After your presentation, you can put your question in the chat.
Okay, sir. So now I am presenting my presentation. It is visible?
Yes, it is visible. Yeah, please continue.
Okay. So today's my topic is literary analysis of the cask of Amontillado. So we first of all look at on the writer of the short story, The Cask of Amontillado, Edgar Allan Poe, who was the writer of the short story. He was an American writer, poet, editor, and a literary critic. Poe is regarded as the father of modern horror, science fiction, and detective stories. Poe is best known for his poetry and short stories, particularly his tales of mystery and the Macbeth. He is widely regarded as a central figure of Romanticism in the United States and of American literature as a whole, and he was one of the country's earliest practitioner of the short stories. So in the Alan Edgar Poe used many approaches in his stories. So here is theories and approaches on the cask of Amontillado. So first is the Marxist criticism. So how we can apply a Marxist criticism theory in on the cask of Amontillado? So Marxist critics interested in how the lower or working classes are oppressed in the everyday life and in a literature. There will always be conflict between the upper middle and lower classes, and this conflict will be reflected in a literature and other form of expression. In the cask of Amontillado, the Montresor, as he exacts his revenge against Fortunato for an unnamed insult. So through we can find Marxist theories in the cask of Amontillado. Poe refers in the story that relatory nature of monsters is a symbol of a real world. Another theory is psychoanalytical criticism. Psychoanalytical criticism is a form of applied psychoanalysis, a science concerned with interaction between the conscious and unconscious processes. So, the psychoanalytical criticism, one can conclude that Poe's life and experience have a legitimate effect on the character and character's own complex psychology. The character Montresor is filled with the psychological concept known as ID, as he acts on his own desire and impulses without even feeling a ting of guilt. So the setting of the cask of Amontillado. So there is in the setting, carnival and catacombs are referred mainly. So carnival is a season of literally celebration of freedom. So carnival creates a chaotic frenzy mood, and the cheerful atmosphere juxtaposes Montresor's cruel intention. Second one is a perfect setting for monsters and fortunately unnoticed because they are dressed up and everyone around is vested. The carnival represents a celebration of freedom. Another one is a catacomb. The catacomb uh, are an underground ceremony. The catacomb is an incident in Italy. There are ancient underground burial tunnels that were used to bury thousands of bodies, thousands of dead bodies. So a character of the cask of Amontillado. So there is a many character, but we refer here is main two protagonists, Montresor and Fortunato. Montresor is a complex and intriguing character whose desire for revenge drives. He take Montresor have a desire that he want to take a revenge from Fortunato, whereas Fortunato has nothing to do in the story. So Montresor is confessing his sin and bringing about his crime. Take revenge that Fortunato has insulted and injured him. Another character is Fortunato. Fortunato's egos agreed and competitiveness cloud his judgment. Fortunato has hurt to Montresor. Fortunato is dedicated to wine, so he already really drunk when he meet Montresor, and he thinks that Amontillado can help him take into the next level. So here Amontillado is the title of this story that refers a kind of wine. he's either too proud to be or not. So Fortunato is a sympathetic, unsympathetic character, that we can say that the character is not necessary to character. We feel sympathy for a sympathetic character. So simply we can relate to it at the some on some level. Symbolism, symbol of revenge. Here, a symbol of revenge we can refer through the Montesquieu's thinking. The nemo me input lecit. No one provoke me with impunity. So, who's the serpent and who's the foot? So we can say that Fortunato is the serpent beating on a monstrous heels, and this represents the insult caused by the Fortunato on the Montresor, and why he seek revenge, which he represent by the heel crushing the serpent beaks, serpent's head. Another one symbol is the symbol of death. The meaning of cask is a barrel, like a container to store a revenge. Usually, alcoholic cask is also the root word in a casket. The Spanish verb amontonar means a collection in a pile or gathering in a mount. The casket of death, pile of bones. So the point of view used in this story is that the first person, the story is told by the protagonist. The reader sees the story through protagonist eyes, and he is experience it and only know that what he is knows feels. So here is conclusion. The cask of Amontillado, the Montresor, as he exacts his revenge against Fortunato for unnamed insult. The narrator used the relatory nature of Montresor as a symbol of real world upper class that will fight in order to keep power and status. Here are some references. Thank you.
Okay, good. You have used good resources also. But see, tomorrow be careful about the time. You're still taking more time. 7 minutes time you have to be very careful about. Yeah? Okay, the questions to Bharti should be asked in chat. The students should ask questions to her in the chat, and you shall reply in the chat. Yeah? Okay, next presenter is Dhara. Amit, we will take your turn last after this. Huh? Yes, Dhara.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Dara, no, I think there is some network problem on your side here. No,
Yes,
there
sir.
is. It seems your voice is breaking. Yeah, no, yeah, your voice is breaking. Yeah.
I'm having network issues, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, yeah.
Am I audible?
No, your voice is breaking. Yeah, your voice is breaking. Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, we'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. Disconnect and try to see you get a better network. Okay. Dharti.
Okay,
Dharti,
sir.
we take the turn of Dharti right now. Yeah. Yes, Dharti. Are you there? Dharti?
Sir, yes,
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
I'm facing some problem in connectivity.
Yeah. Okay, so you check it out. We'll coming back to you. Yes, Hansa, are you there? Hansa?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, you can make your presentation. Yes, Hansa. Are you, okay? We are seeing your presentation slides. Yeah. Yeah, Hansa, you have started mic in both the devices. That's why we are having echo sound. Put mic off in one device. Don't put mic on in both the devices. Put mic off. Unmute yourself. I have muted you right now. Okay. See, don't put both the mics on in two devices. In one you put it off. In one you put it on. Where you are putting your camera on, there you keep your mic also on. Yeah? Okay. Now, yeah. Please continue. Continue now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Continue. Okay. Yeah.
It is visible, sir.
Yes, it is visible. Please continue.
Okay, sir. Today I am going to present a comparison of Santiago life and student life. I would to like starting my I would to like starting my presentation with quotation Ernest Hemingway. It is better to be luck, but I would rather be exaggerate than when luck on you're ready. But I am guessing that without hard work and good mark, it is possible. But in this connection, we can say that Ernest Hemingway was Dilip interpretation, and in this novel Old Man and Sea, we also find that some element like superstition when he gets up a Malin, report the case of a Malin, he symbolization fixture his miss. Fixture Ernest Hemingway was believed in superstition, luck, fortune, as well as. We know the story of. We know the Ernest Hemingway was. We know the Ernest Hemingway personal life, so I keep this like Ernest Hemingway was American novelist, short story writer, and journalist. He born in 21st July 1899, Oak Park, Chicago, and he communication suicide in 1961. His father was Vivian and mother was Vivian. In 1950. In 1953, it was awarded in food pizza quotation. We know the story of Old Man and Sea. So I skip this. There are like some throughput of this novel. Santiago, Marlin, 84 Days Struggle, Dreams of Lion, Emotion, Shark, Circulation. As well as in our Indian education system, like as well as in our education system, we have two tests of the education system, like ALE system and the semester system. So I compare the both of them, like competitive career life student and also the student of university. The center point internet, 170 days struggle, dreams of lion, exam, stress, peace, social media, result of the exam. Let's compare this character of this novel. Of this novel, Santiago was the older man. He was fisherman as well as he was reading, writing. Santiago struggled 84 days without case. Also 170 career life, he struggled 35 years. Second character, Marlin. Marlin was a young boy as well as I compare this character. Internet is helpful to from the student as well as a young boy was inspired the Santiago going to fish in the world as well as internet also inspired the learn more and more and get good knowledge. He career life and also and he career life. He said there are many good fishermen and some greater one, but there is only one. Non-success that the internet could be very positive steps towards education, organization, participant in meaningful society. Second character, Marlin. Marlin is the business be center point of this novel as well as student like center point is competitive exam and university exam. Marlin represent the ultimate moment as well as competitive exam and university exam represent ultimate open. Santiago sided Peace, I will still with you. Ultimate, I am the student. Also dream to stellar the exam in his lifetime. The shark. Santiago considered the shark base pyramid not worthy. Social media is considered pyramid of no age. They represent a destructive focus that serve no purpose. They represent distinctive focus in student life. This is a chart. How the chart Hemingway novel. Got I am student like also when Santiago case Marlin and that time shark is come and it Marlin and at least he have only one circulations as well as a student before exam of student they waste time his social media at it means at that time of student and after the give the exam at least the result will become come and it get in the market. The emoji in the line. The emoji is the of the Santiago. He represents the demonstrable will of the human species. Santiago dreams of lion in African tree. As a very student have a role model. They represent virility and use student also dream that becomes good government at the end of the novel represent hope of internet life struggle also then Santiago in the of Mali come at as a student also from each student has come to social media at time the result at the end of success of Mali and her student graded of in the market.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so good attempt. Yes, Hansa, today you have made a good attempt of this. So do some rehearsals so you can still make a better improvement with all this thing. But good, today you have made a good presentation. Okay? Yeah, okay. Next one is Hareshwari.
Sir, I'm ready with the presentation.
Yes, Dharti, are you ready? Now we'll take afterwards. Last one we take. Yeah, okay. Be ready. Yeah. Hareshwari, yeah. Hareshwari is there. Okay. Then we take Hina. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Hello friends, today I am going to present about paper number 10, the American literature. My topic is expressionism in the morning becomes Electra. Next. Just a minute. Introduction of the play. Eugene O'Neill's famed Morning Becomes Electra is complex and tragic play divided into three parts. Set in New England and close of the Civil War first, it was first published and stand in 1931. This play, based on Aeschylus' Greek tragedy, the Oresteia, and it's divided into three parts. First, homecoming. Second, the hunted. Third, the hunting. Next, regarding the title, O'Neill's explained By the title Morning Becomes Electra, I sought to convey that morning benefits Electra, it becomes Electra to mourn. It is her fate. Uh, Black is becoming to her, and it is the color that becomes her destiny. What is a definition of the expressionism? What is the expressionism? Expressionism in a way symbolized the post World War first disillusionment. One of the symptomatic feature of this disillusionment is the protest against the stultifying patriarchal concept of a family. The protest is variably directed against family relationship and the way in which this relationship prevents the youth from developing the individual. Next, historical concept of the play. This play completed after O'Neill prologue stay outside the United States. This trilogy is largely inspired by Aeschylus, Australian, but it is set in Puritan New England, town at the end of Civil War first. The reference to Greek theatre illustrates the playwright's determination to bring a serious and adult mode to the American stage, which was, according to O'Neill, plagued by superficial melodrama. His late play usually deal with the revelation of grim intimate secrets that unfold in the stifling atmosphere of isolated barrooms and family living rooms. Next, in historical sense, what is the expressionism? Expressionism is in a way symbolized the post-World War first disillusionment. This is the one symptomatic features of disillusionment. This is a protest against the stultifying patriarchal concept of a family. It is itself was not a concert or well-defined movement. Friedrich says that Friedrich is a German philosopher. He said they played a key role in organizing modern expressionism by clarifying and serving as a conduct for previously neglected currents in ancient art. This is arrival of expressionism announced new standard in a certain and judgment of art. According to Nietzsche, the basic characteristic of expressionism are Dionysian, bold color, distorted forms in dissolution to demonstrational without expression. Art and painting. First, naturalism and realism. Expressionism rejected nationalism and realism. It is wanted to project in outside symbol of a state of mind and inner critique, a philosophical, psychological condition. Then expression involved in drama. This is a dream state. Subjective. This is a symbol of art and painting in subject matter. The artist accomplished this aim through distortion, exaggeration, primitivism, and fantasy, and through the vivid, turning, violent, or dynamic application of formal elements. Then I include 4 subjects of expressionism: agony, distorted, death, and anxiety. Then characteristic of expressionism: anti-realism, individuality, utopia, exaggeration, and distortion. This is I only include in this my slide. Then symbolism in the play. First symbol in expressionism like a house tomb. House tomb is represented symbol in the play. We know that house is always gives a positive feeling and the emotional security in this thing. Second symbol is mask technique. The description of the mother and the daughter mask like face and way in this play, mask like face and ways of speaking, moving, something with horror and automation. Then third symbol is I applied death. In this play, we can show that death is expressionism of Ezra Menon's suicide of Christine mother and Adam Grant suicide of Orin. Characters. Just a minute. Last symbol in this play, character. Ezra Menon's image of pride, puritanism, egoism. Then second character, Kristen. She is physical charm, rich copper hair and fine eyes. Then third character, Lavinia. She is copy of her mother in her ultra active attractiveness. These are these are references what I am taken from. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Any questions to Hina shall be asked in the chat, okay, by the student, and you shall reply there. These questions. Okay. Next is Hitixa.
Yes, sir. I shall present my screen. It is visible?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon to all. Today I am present about politics of letter A in the Scarlet Letter. So let's see. The Scarlet Letter Hawthorne includes many profound and important symbols. This device of symbolism is portrayed well in the novel, especially through the Scarlet Letter. Letter A, the letter A is the best example because of the changes in the meaning throughout the novel. Hawthorne has presented ambiguity of the letter A. So let's start. The Scarlet Letter is a popular American romance by Nathaniel Hawthorne written in 1850. It is a Puritan novel about the love story of Hester Prynne and Arthur Dimmesdale. In this novel, Hawthorne has presented the central idea of the mentality of the Puritan people. About the author, Nathaniel Hawthorne was one of the prominent writers of the English literature. He was an American novelist and short story writer. Hawthorne became one of the leading writers of his time, moving away from formalism and exploring the ideas of individual responsibility, the importance of creativity, expression, and man's relationship of the world. The Scarlet Letter. The Scarlet Letter is one of the romantic fiction written by Nathaniel Hawthorne. This novel, published in 1850, this novel, The Scarlet Letter, considered to be his one of the magnanimous ops and set in 17th century. In this novel, Hawthorne has presented the central idea of mentally of the Puritan people. In this novel, there are many characters, but main characters are Hester Prynne, Pearl, Arthur Dimmesdale, and Roger Chillingworth. The politics of letter A in the Scarlet Letter. In this novel, the symbol of letter A gives the core idea of entire novel. In this novel, letter E presented which shows the Puritan society through the journey of the novel, The Scarlet Letter. The letter is the best example because of the changes in the meaning throughout the novel through the presented ambiguity of the letter A. In the beginning of the novel, The Scarlet Letter, letter A is viewed as a symbol of sin. The middle the novel is a transition period when the Scarlet letter A is viewed differently. A letter is very symbolic, which symbolizes the Puritan society. A letter as a adultless, and she stands a love, even no one which her to support only her daughter Pearl. Letter A, beginning of the novel. Letter A is adultery. Middle of the novel, letter A is able, and end of the novel, letter A is angle. So Paul living letter A, symbol of sin for society. Pearl is also a symbol of sin. Pearl is considered symbol of sin for the Puritan society. Pearl also punished from the society because she lost her identity. Pearl makes constantly aware of her mother's scarlet letter and of the society the product its. When Hester removes the letter after 7 years, uh, Paul didn't accept her without it and forced her to wear it again after wearing. Hester said, "Now thou art my mother indeed, and I am thy little Paul." The strict Puritan society punishes Hester and punish from community, thus significantly punishing Pearl and leading her into confused uh, childhood. Pearl living letter A, symbol of love for nature. Hester and Dimmesdale, who are the lovers, but Hester marries to Chillingworth, and this marries to Chillingworth, and this marriage created problems in Hester's life. Paul serves as a messenger of anguish. Hester says she is the scarlet letter in other form, the embel of her guilt and torture. On the hand, Paul serves as the connecting thing and an electric chain between Hester and Dimensden. Conclusion. Throughout the novel, Hawthorne presents politics of letter A, which is the politics of society, which victimize the character of Hester to wearing scarlet letter A. This novel is one of the best example of the feministic study of the character of Hester. There are deep symbols of letter A in the novel. These are the works cited. Thank you.
Yes, Hitixa, you have not maintained alphabetical order.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, alphabetical order. You have not submitted your PPT in Google Classroom.
Submitted, sir.
Just a minute. Okay. Yeah. Okay. See that that is done there. Okay. Okay. Fine. Now we come to Amit. Yes, Amit, are you ready now?
Yes, sir. So today I present in paper number 9, the modernist literature. In that paper, my screen is visible to all.
Yes, it is visible. You can rotate your mobile so we can see full screen.
Yes, sir. So in paper number 9, the modernist English literature, I choose the topic feminist study into the Lighthouse novel. So first we see as a feminist writer Virginia Woolf. So Virginia Woolf, born in London, brought up and educated at home. In 1995, began writing professionally. In 1992, married with Leonard Woolf, considered as a leading modernist, and Virginia Woolf also as a central figure of a Bloomsbury group of intellectuals. So in the 20th century, beginning of the 20th century, the Bloomsbury group means that most of intellectual writer, poet, and philosophers are wrote in a literary style. So that is also known as a Bloomsbury group in starting of the 20th century, and also the greatest innovator in English language. Virginia Woolf committed suicide by drawing herself near her home. Woman writer of Virginia Woolf is a major woman writer of the 20th century, and also she wrote a famous essay, a book of Once Owen. In that essay, she also write one quote that is also very famous in as a feminist approach. So let's we see, a woman must have money and a room of her own if she is to write fiction. So that is the famous quote of the Virginia Woolf in a room of one's own. This is the famous works of Virginia Woolf, a room of one's own, Mrs. Dalloway and Orlando biography. So let's we see introduction of to the Lighthouse. This novel published in 1927, divided into 3 parts. So this book is related to the family of Mr. Ramsay and Mrs. Ramsay. So to the Lighthouse take on some elements of Woolf's own life. So this novel also the life of, we can say, the life of the Virginia Woolf that show in this book, To the Lighthouse. In this novel, most of the character are also related with the writer. These are the famous quotes of Virginia Woolf on feminism. So she was a feminist writer in the early 20th century. So most of she wrote on feminism, and in her book, most of we can reflect the feminist approach in her book. So let's we see feminism as a term into the Lighthouse. So first we see what is the feminism. So feminism is a theory of the political, social, economical equality of the sexes and organized activity on behalf of women's rights and interests. And also one writer, Simone Day, also said that on feminism, man is definitely as a human being and a woman as a female. Whenever she behaves as a human being, she is said to imitate the male. So let's see the feminism To the Lighthouse. First, we see the character of Mrs. Ramsay. In this book, major 2 characters of feminist act. One is Lily Biscoe and second is Mrs. Ramsay. So Mrs. Ramsay is also the famous character in this novel. Mrs. Ramsay is totally different from the character of Lily Briscoe. So To the Lighthouse, Virginia Woolf also difference between 2 characters of female in this novel. She, according to her, all men and all women should definitely be married. This is said by Mrs. Ramsay in To the Lighthouse. Let's we see the character of Lily Briscoe. This character also different from the Mrs. Ramsay. In the novel, Lily portrayed as a new woman. Lily is inspired by Woolf's sister Vanilla Bell to be a painter. So we can say that this character is also related with wolf sister. So this is brought by Virginia Woolf in the To the Lighthouse. So let's see the feminist study of Mrs. Ramsey and Lily Briscoe in To the Lighthouse. So in this novel, Virginia Woolf reflects these two characters reflect transparently the era and procure a clear understanding of social condition of women of that time. So we can say after the see that two characters of feminism, feminist two character Mrs. Ramsey and Lily Briscoe. So we can realize of the woman condition of the 20th early 20th century because of we know the Virginia Woolf also the feminist writer. Woolf represents Lily as a role model for women. She defies the patriarchal society. So most of the Woolf portrayed and reflect most of points as a patriarchal society of the early of the 20th century, and this is the real experience shared into the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf. According to in this book, To the Lighthouse, two main patriarchal character of male. One is Tansley and Mr. Ramsey. Tansley is very self-centered character. According to him, women can't paint and write. So these two characters are also the patriarchal in this book. Woolf reflects her own life in the character of Lily as a modern woman, and the second character, like Mrs. Ramsey, Woolf reflects her own pain in the character of Mrs. Ramsey. So in this book, Mrs. Ramsey character, most of in her life, own pain also reflects that pain of the Virginia Woolf, and one the painter that Lily Briscoe Woolf reflects her own life in the character of Lily. These are the conclusion. Lily is an idealized woman for Woolf. Lily is one of the characters who maintain their existence by the end of the novel. Mrs. Ramsey is totally contrast to the Lily. Woolf's application of a stream of consciousness techniques give the reader a chance to observe mind of women of that period. So we can say that this is the Woolf application of stream of consciousness to give the reader chance to observe mind of woman of that time. So we can see and observe the time of that period woman existence. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, Amit. So this was your yesterday's presentation on modernist literature. Okay. So now your today's presentation about the American literature also, you can make it now.
Okay, sir. In today presentation, my topic is the symbolism of symbolism of the Old Man and the Sea, written by the Ernest Hemingway in American literature. In this paper, I show a PPT on symbolism, how the symbolism used in the Old Man and the Sea. First, we see about the author of Ernest Hemingway. First, we know about the Ernest Hemingway was a famous writer in the American literature. He also got a Nobel Prize and also the Pulitzer Prize in literature. Started his career as a writer in newspaper office, and his famous work, The Sun Also Rises, Farewell to Arms, and The Old Man. And these are the famous works of Ernest Hemingway. Symbolism in The Old Man Sea. First, we see the introduction about the Old Man Sea. So this book is also most of the symbols are used by Hemingway in this book. So that's why in this book, Hemingway used the simple language, but in symbols are very high. So that's why this book also nominated as a Nobel Prize winner in 1954. This is not a form of novel, but it is the form of novella. So first we see what is the symbolism. So symbolism means some word. A symbol is something that represents something else. Means words is different, but that meaning is leads to other that word leading to other meanings. So that is, we can see the symbolism. A symbol is a mark of sign that indicates or signifies as a representing an idea, object, or a relationship. A symbol is often or an ordinary object, even a person or animal, to which we have attached extraordinary meaning and significance. Means some words used, but that leads to another meaning. That is, we can see the symbolism. So how the symbolism used in the old man and the sea in some elements that we see the one by one. In first we see the sea in the novel The Old Man and the Sea. According to Hemingway, man was most able to prove himself worthy in isolation. So that sea also, we can see the symbol of the isolation. We know all about that. Hemingway also live in isolation. So that sea also represents the symbol of isolation of the Hemingway. It is a sea with no help and no recognition that Santiago faces is the ultimate challenge. The novel is, in this sense, is an example of naturalism in literature. So this is the symbolism of the sea. Then we can see the marlin symbol in The Old Man in the Sea. So marlin live in the sea. So sea is a symbol of isolation of Hemingway, and the marlin as a symbol is the mysterious world of sea, which is full of surprise and challenge in his battle with Marlin. The Marlin represents the ultimate opponent, one that brings out the best in Santiago. Then we see the sharks. We know that in The Old Man in the Sea, so many sharks also came to eating by the marlin. So that sharks here as a symbol used by Hemingway, Santiago, they represent destructive forces in life that serve no purpose. So that is the symbol of the shark. They in destructive forces in life that serve no purpose. Sharks are, I am a great contrast to marlin. The sword horse sharks have attacked the marlin thoroughly. Then we can see one player as a symbol used in The Old Man in the Sea, Joy DiMaggio. He symbolized the inimitable will of the human spirit. Despite the born spirit, DiMaggio overcame his opponents much in the same way Santiago overcomes in his despite injuries. And then the other symbol is the lion. The lion as a symbol here used as in the lions come the dream to Ernest Hemingway. So lion is a symbol of youth, strength, and freedom used Hemingway in this book. It is a symbol from Santiago's childhood. Childhood means this lions also came into dream of the Hemingway three times. Santiago dreams of lion on the beach in Africa three times. They represent virility and youth. So that lion symbolizes the virility and youth in this novel. Then we see the mast as a symbol. The mast is an obvious allusion to the cross of Jesus. It is of his skip where stands the mast the Santiago suffers. So this mast also the symbolize the cross of Jesus. Santiago suffers at the sea for 3 days with painful injuries to the palms of his hand and his death. So that also shows that Jesus Christ also shows so many painful injuries to life of the Jesus Christ. So that is the symbol of the mast in the Old Man and the Sea. Then we see the one character Manolin. Manolin is we can say here there's a hope character, means all people not hope on this character, but Manolin have hope on this Santiago. So this character also very important character in this novel. Santiago's youth friend represent hope. So this character also represents the hope. It can be argued that Santiago fishes is without hope. The 84 days fishes trick prove us to it. Means Manolin is a hope character in this novel. who is believed to be cursed, Manoli never abandoned him emotionally. And the last lost harpoon, it is the symbol of loss of power, strength, and pride. This symbol is a use of loss of power, strength, and pride. Santiago loses his harpoon during the battle with Marlin. Santiago loses the harpoon as a fence of sharks, symbolic of individuals who lose their faith as life was attacked. So at the end of the play, he struggles a lot to catch the fish. So this is the as a lost harpoon symbolize the loss of power and strength and pride used by Hemingway in this novella, The Old Man and the Sea. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. I mean, there are a couple of questions for you in the chat box. So read the questions and then answer those questions in the chat. Okay, in the chat only. Yeah. Okay, the next one is Dhara. Is Dhara remaining?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so yeah, you can start your presentation. And then Dharti. Dharti also is remaining. No? Ha, yeah, okay. Yes. Yes, let me give you a reminder that after presentations, you have to do peer and self-evaluation also. Don't forget to mark it out in the online form. Yeah, okay.
Is it visible, sir?
Yeah, it is visible. Yeah, please continue.
Okay. So today in the subject American literature, I would select the topic is the topic Gothic element in the fall of the House of Usher. This short story is also a part of Gothic literature. So first of all, let's see what is Gothic literature. Gothic literature can be considered the dark side of Romanticism. What happened when man gives it into his dark desire, imagination, and inner nature? Some critics and psychologists say Gothic literature failed a legitimate human needs to frighten and to safely explore the darker side of our personalities that cannot be acted upon in society. So this short story is also a part of Gothic literature, and this is first published in Barton's Gentleman's Magazine in September 1839, as well as in the Tale of the Grotesque and My Arabesque in 1840, in the period during the American Romanticism, also known as the Dark Romanticism. This is the most famous short story by Edgar Allan Poe, as well as the masterpiece of the Gothic American Gothic fiction. Gothic fiction includes the dark, strange, and a melodramatic story, which leads to something evil. And when we see some features of these Gothic elements, then the horror, supernatural elements, and death, madness, hereditary curses, as well as the medieval-like setting. These all things we can see in this short story. For example, from the very beginning, when the narrator is arrived in his friend's house, Roderick Usher's house, this is the atmosphere is dark and there is no sunlight, and he see a big crack in the house. This is also symbolized something went wrong or a horror in this house. Not normal things happen in this house. And when he first visit his friends Roderick Usher's, he see his face is like a death. And after a few days, Roderick Usher's twin sister Madeline is a death because of some strange illness, and Roderick decides that he want to funeral or buried in his own yard, and Roderick and his friends discuss about photo pictures or shields hanging in his house. This is also discussion also considered as a horror, and something is not normal things. And at the very at the one night, stormy night, Roderick cannot sleep, so he goes to his friend's room, and the narrator is trying to calm down to Roderick by reading the book The Matrix. And And when he reads this book, the matrix, the same sounds is they can hear in when they read the story, and suddenly the Rodriguez declared that when he buried his sister Madeline, she is alive, and suddenly the Madeline is emerged from his tomb and combat him, as well as he tumbling his brother Rodrigo Usher and near to the death. And at the very end of the story, the house began to collapse. The narrator flee for his life, and Roderick is dead, and he and Madeline are consumed by the falling house. So, from the very beginning to the end of the story, we can see the Gothicism and horror in this story, and that's why the Poe is the greatest literary achievement was his renovation of terror tales into the entertained by means of curdling the blood. And he also realized from the very in his career that horror was eminently compatible with psychological possibility in literature. In this story, the beginning with a dark horror as well as the house is full of mysteries, and the house creates the image of coolness where nobody can live, as well as the describe this story's description is of the house, Madeline tumbling desperately in coffin, the storm wall with hanging shields or photos, clamors of falling the shields, or the slowly moving of the doors. These all things are considered as a horror or a gothic elements. This creates the readers to feel like horror or gothicism. So this is also a part of gothic literature, and this is a citation. Thank you.
Okay, need to work on citations. Huh? This is not still proper citations. Some sources you have to cite for this. Yeah. Okay. Who is the next one? Is Dharti. Yeah. Dharti. Yeah. And then Hareshwari. Huh? After this, I think Hareshwari is remaining. Okay? The last one after this. Yes, please continue. Yeah. Put your microphone near your mouth. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold your microphone near your mouth.
Now it is okay.
No, hold your microphone near your mouth. Yeah, hold it near your mouth. Yeah, microphone. There is a microphone in your earphone. Hold it near your mouth. Your microphone.
Now.
Yeah, hold it near your mouth. Hold it near your mouth. Tamara મોઢાની પાસે લાવો એને. હા, microphone ને ear. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Now I'm audible.
Yes, now audible. Yeah.
Okay. So slide is visible. Another.
Yeah, another is not visible. Yeah. Okay. First slide we are seeing right now. Yeah, now it is visible. Yeah, please continue. Yeah.
So, what is anti-transcendentalism? Anti-transcendentalism is a movement which is happened in the 19th century, which is focuses on the dark side of the humanity and how the good and evil are different from the one another, and the guilt of sin which is committed by the people. In the Scarlet Letter, there is a Hector and a Ginster, both have committed such sin, and it examines the relation between the good and evil, and how the person are good in front of the another person, and how it has the different side of darker side, or we can say and also how they are reacting against the situation. And
Yeah, no problem. You continue. Yeah, you orally present. No need. Okay, it's fine if it is not visible. Yeah. Okay. Yes, continue. Continue with your. Okay, I think Hareshwari is absent right now. Okay, by the time Dharti is adjusting the things. Okay, maybe Hareshwari is absent. I think. Okay, just verify if anybody can verify with her. She is not there. So when you mark it, be careful that you do not mark the absent student. Okay, those who are absent, don't mark them. Don't do the peer evaluation.
I was talking about what is the so in a way that how it studies the empathiness of a life and every event had a meaning. If we connect anti-transcendentalism with the existentialism, then existentialism is the belief in the every event or thing which is we are doing that is totally absurd and meaningless. But anti-transcendentalism has given the importance to the meaning of the event. Like nature is indifferent to the mankind and human nature, which is a hypothetical and apathetical. And here is what is the answer anti-transcendentalism and transcendentalism. Both are different from the one another. It's like anti-transcendentalism who is talking about the realistic point of view of living a life and what they are seeing in the life. And they are believing in the experience rather than to imitate themselves from the another what they are another person are doing. And they are believing in the spirituality which is based on Puritanism. And it also focuses on the devil and the good nature of the people. But here they are more focusing on the dark side of the human being rather than anything else. And they are suspicious about the whatever the innovation which done in the science and the technology. They are suspicious about. They are not accepting as it is as they are giving us as a facility. And in the transcendentalism, they are different from the anti-transcendentalist point of view. They are believing in the idealistic and individual way of living the life, and they are also elaborated the idea about the inspiration, and they are believing in the good soul because they are in a way of spirituality, but in a way they are talking about the good soul, and they also giving the importance to nature as well as man equally. And as like a man and nature is a partnership, they are equal, and they have a no difference between both the two. So, is scholar later anti-transcendentalism or anti-transcendentalist or not? So, yes, it is because there is a lot of character which represent the anti-transcendentalist qualities or aspects of living the life, like a human being and its psychological effects that we find in the character of Dimsdale and Hester, which both have committed suicide. As from the beginning of the novel, Dimsdale tried to keep a secret. He don't want to admit his sin because if he admits it, then may he can get death. He get the death penalty under its Puritan rule. And he was also a part of a human existence which Dimsdale tried to escape from that. And he was a very powerful person. He is he don't want to expect or we can say the don't want to admit his sin because may Tibetan society is angry on him. And here is a quotation which reflects that. And another one is a revenge as a dark human emotion and conviction that we can find in the character of Chillingworth, who is the husband of Hector. Like from the when Chillingworth, who is come to know that Hector and himself both have committed the sin, then Chillingworth who is more angry on the Hector as well as on himself. Like it shows the dominant anti-transcendentalist quality, which is we can find in the character of Chillingworth, and his sin as he recites it his personal vindictiveness to God for himself because he don't want to hurt the name of himself, and it turns into the very devilish activity. And Chillingworth also started collecting information about the himself, and he don't uh, uh, want to know as a husband of shameful women. And another one is that devil is a physical form. A devil, that devil is a word we can use here for the telling us because Dinsel has committed a sin, but still telling us is more rigorous than the Dinsel because now when this stealing but who is tried to very harshly talk with the Hester and also the his daughter uh, Pearl and Hester both tried to see the stealing but in a way of dark side and he converted into the devil like he don't want and also Chillingworth has noticed himself as a change from the good-hearted person to the devil. And this one quotation which also reinforces that anti-transcendentalism in the today's life. How can we find the anti-transcendentalist aspect which we are living? But sometimes we are not that much aware about what we are doing is really anti-transcendentalist or not. So here I have mentioned some of the topics which may convey the message that it is a aspect of the anti-transcendentalist. Like a contemporary Gothic one of the most evident home decorating design with a dark feature and Gothic features. Also, nowadays people are talking about decoration and everything. They are also very much interested in that. That's why the people are also attracted more towards the dark color rather than to be a very light color. As the TV shows and movies such as the Twilight and the Walking Dead and Halloween and video games such as Last Call Deed promoted the evil side of a human nature. Also, lots of games we can find that it shows our devil part or it made lead people towards a very transform the character in a very devilish activity. Or we can say that Gothic features also has some kind of innovation. That's why people are using it more and more in their living life. Like Gothic rock bands such as the Store are becoming more popular. The Store is is a name of band. There is a lot of people, group of people they are working with it, and they are more popular and which represent the anti-transcendentalist activity. That means the aspect. So the aim of my presentation, why I have presented this presentation, to get the idea about the human nature and highlight the basic anti-transcendentalism or their aspects, and to elaborate the character from the point of view of anti-transcendentalists, and try to read the dark side of the characters and the in this Scarlet Letter. If we compare the character of Mr. Jekyll and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, then we can say that the Dr. Jekyll, who is a very sophisticated person and a doctor and reputation, he has a reputation in the society, and At the night, he is converted into the Mr. Hyde as to satisfy his darker side or darker wishes. That is not, he can satisfy with a character, to be a character of Dr. Jekyll. So that we can also find in that. And to display the human possibilities of the committing evil acts and the self-destruction. So this is all about my presentation. And this is the citation. And thank you.
Okay, good. That was a good point that you have taken, and very well presented also. You can stop presenting your screen now. Okay.
Yep.
So that was the last, I think. Hareshwari, are you there now, Hareshwari? Would you like to? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please continue. Yeah.
It is visible, sir?
Yeah, it is visible. Please continue. Yeah.
Okay. Symbolism in The Old Man and the Sea. The book, The Old Man and the Sea, is written by Ernest Hemingway in 1952. It is a Nobel Prize winner work. The genre of the play is a parable and tragedy. In the novella, the writer has used many symbols to clarify the concept. We will see all the symbols one by one. The sea. According to according to uh, According to Hemingway, man was most able to prove himself worthy in isolations. The sea in the novel represent the universe, and sending your isolation in the university. It is at sea with no help and no recognitions. That sending your first his ultimate challenge. The novel in this sense is an example of the naturalisms in literature. The Merlin, the Marlin represent the ultimate opponent, one that bring out the best in the sentinel. The shark, sentinel, consider that a shark as a predator not worthy of the glory. They represent destructive force in the life that serve to a purpose. Joe DiMaggio. Santiago considers Joe DiMaggio unbeatable. He symbolizes the indomitable will of the human spirit. DiMaggio, at the time the book was written, suffered from a bone spur mentioned in the novel. The lion, sending your dreams of a lion of the bench in Africa 3 times. They represent virility and youth. The lion imagery at the end of the novel represent hope of enter life. Reference. Uh, Despite the bonus, Pro DiMaggio overcome his opponent much in the same way. Santiago overcome his despite injuries. This is a reference.
Yeah. Okay, Hareshwari. Yeah. Okay, you can stop your presentation now. And You need to improve. You need to improve very simple words like Santiago. Also, you are not able to pronounce properly. So do some rehearsal. Do some rehearsals and see that you can speak very simple words in a proper way. If the word is awkward and if we make an error, it is understandable. But very simple words, if you are not able to pronounce properly, then it means that you have not attended the classes also. You have not listened the teacher speaking the words. Otherwise, you can catch the word from your through your ears. You can't make simple mistake if you attend classes. Okay. Okay, fine. So the final reminder to everybody, complete your tasks which are there. Evaluation task, don't forget to complete the evaluation task that is there. And also wish you all the best for tomorrow's presentation. Wish you all the best and be careful. 7 minutes, 7 minutes time you have to be very careful about. Okay. Okay, fine. So we are meeting tomorrow.